Being you is your greatest strength. Hello? Welcome back to my 90 days of lessons from me, for me, to you. And today's lesson is that being you will always be your greatest strength. And let me get into the topic of that. So, I was watching this stream the other day. I want to preface this by saying I don't usually watch streams. There's only one streamer I watch, usually RDC World One. Shout out to those boys. I love them. I've been watching them since I was a kid. If you know them, you know them. But I was watching it, and there's a topic that he came up with, or that he was speaking about, and is that a lot of us like to act like we're too cool for something. Like we want to fit in. We want to, be like everybody else because to us, everybody else is so popular and they get the girl or they get the guy or they got the cool, nice car or something like that. And it really got me to thinking that I used to be like that in high school and middle school, pretty much all the time growing up. I always felt like my true self was never enough. I always felt like the person I was, nobody would like me, nobody would want to be around me, nobody would want to hang out with me. And so I never really clicked and got a friend group like that. Like I saw other people having it and I was jealous. And I tried to mirror them to try to, be that kind of person so they would like me. And, it was cool to like an extent. We were cool. We were acquaintances leaning closer towards friends, but never truly friends. And as I grew up, I started, especially in college, I started to really find and develop myself and figure out who I was, and realizing that the things that I like and the interests that I like and the person that I am is enough. Like that's enough to want to be friends with me. Like I would always try to be different because I'd want to get some girl, but at the end of the day, the girl that I ended up being with the longest loved me for who I was and everything that I was. And I feel like we as humans, we're social creatures. So we want to be accepted. We want to fit in. We want to be, the hero of the story. But bro, what you have to offer the world is you. And that's what makes it so great. That's what's going to make people want to be around you. If there's certain people that are telling you, unless you're again causing harm or putting other people down or harming people in any way, shape, or form. But if you're not doing that, you being you, don't let anybody else ever like push you down or tell you not to be that person. And especially you don't push yourself down and tell yourself not to be that person, because that's who you are. You don't need to conform to what another person expects of you or wants you to be if you're comfortable in your own skin. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. That you're comfortable in your own skin, that you're willing to be who you are and spread that joy to the world, because that's what you have to offer. The little quirks about you, the little things that you do, your interests and things like that. That's what you bring to the world. And I think that is so cool. I honestly think that's what's cool. If somebody has the courage and the gall, if you want to say, I don't think that's the term I'm looking for, to be themselves and express themselves and be unapologetic about it, I think that's the coolest thing ever. There's like so many people that I've seen online that have made a living to some extent being themselves. I mean, no, made more than a living, because content creators are a huge thing nowadays. Streamers are a huge thing, and they're just being more of themselves. Some are kind of exaggerating a lot, but that's not today's topic. But being you pulls people towards you. It gravitates people towards you because they want to see like, wow, okay, so like you're being yourself, like originally and authentically. Like I want to see what that's about. Like I want to see what that is, because they'll want you in their life and they'll be grateful that you're in their life. And if they're not, again, you reserve the right to leave, and they can also leave. Never try to conform yourself or put yourself in a box so that people can accept you. And the main reason I want to talk about this today is, from, like I said before, the topic came up, but even for my own self, recently being single and all that stuff. Sure, I'm not looking for a relationship, and I won't be looking for a relationship for a while. As far as I'm concerned, this is going to be my relationship for at least the next 3 years, this in school. But I have my skits up on my my Instagram, And my Instagram's not popping by any means at all. Like I got a few pics up there, look pretty good on it. I ain't mean to brag or nothing. But if you want to follow, I'll put it in the description. Go follow. So yeah, I got skits up there, right? And with Instagram, I don't usually use Instagram, to be honest with you. I just post skits and I leave it. But now that I'm single, whenever I feel a little bit lonely, which is not good, don't do this. I'll go on there, I'll like follow some girls, they'll follow me back, I'll like a few photos, and then we'll get to talking for a little bit. And there was just one that I was talking to the other day, and by all means, everything seemed like it was going great. Like we were flirting back and forth, we were asking questions, and then all of a sudden, it just stopped. And, I'm like, cool, like it didn't really, rejection always kind of but once you've had your heart broken by somebody you actually loved, that type of rejection doesn't really stay in your mind or hit you as hard anymore. Like that's just like, it just kind of washes over you after a while. But it really got me to thinking, and I'm just like, everything was going good, we were doing, we were texting back and forth, and then I was like, oh wait, it could have been the skits, because I don't have the skits on my main, like on my actual main page, like they're on like the Reels tab. So I'm like, she probably saw the photos, but she didn't see the skits when she followed me back and we were texting. And then she probably like went back, explored my page a little bit, and she found the Reels, and she's like, oh, he's like doing this and he's not popping, and he's corny, like blah blah blah, XYZ. And it really got me to thinking. I was really having this kind of inner turmoil, and even today I was having it. I was like, damn, should I like, if I even want to get the chance again to try to holler at a girl like on Instagram or something, like should I take these down and like, stop posting on Instagram like that, or maybe make a new page and like that? I was even talking to my best friend about it yesterday. I was talking about this to other content creators that have been in the same position, and the one answer that keeps coming back to my mind is like, why should I? Like, why? Like, that's a part of me. That's a dream that I'm actively chasing. I want to be a creator. I want to be a content creator. I want to be in spaces where my voice is heard, where I can touch people, or I can, make people laugh and take away, maybe even if it's for like a second to 5 seconds, like a bad day they're having. And I'm like, I don't know these women. I don't know these people. Why should I care what they think? Sure, like the most, not to be graphic, but the most it's gonna be is like it's physical. Like I'm not looking for anything emotional or like that, like more than that. And I'm like, why should I care? Like, why should I take away this part and hide it when, frankly, the woman that I was with, that I actually loved and wanted to marry, was the one who pushed me towards chasing this dream. She was like, she saw that dream, she knew I wanted to do it, she's like, she motivated me to do it. And I'm like, if a person in the past was capable of loving me through all that stuff, there's going to be another person out there who's capable of loving me through that stuff. Again, not to say that's what I'm looking for right now, but you get the message. Like, there are people out there who will accept you, all of you, for who you are. And you shouldn't change who you are. Like, being you, being your authentic self is your greatest strength, because that's what you offer to the world. You are what you offer to the world. So invest in you. Don't put yourself down. Don't count yourself out. That's something I'm guilty of to this day. I'll count myself out before I even put my foot through the door. And it's something that I'm really working on. And as I'm growing this channel, I hope to, improve it with you guys, and hope you guys see that improvement. But I also want to see that improvement in you. Don't count yourself out. Be yourself. Wake up every morning. Tell yourself you love yourself. It's not, narcissistic. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself. Love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, who else is going to do it for you? So that's day 5. Again, I already said love yourself, but always try to cultivate a relationship with God. Wake up every day, be grateful that you woke up. Say a prayer before bed, say a prayer in the morning, and always remember, there's somebody out there that loves you, even if you don't. If there's nobody out there that loves you, love yourself, like I said before. And if you can't love yourself, God will. I love you. Goodbye.